Hey, what's up, guys? Man, so this video that you're gonna see today, it's a mess. I mean, it is not up to my standard of a publishable video, but it's what I have, and it's kind of a hodgepodge of just things that have gone mildly wrong to things that have gone majorly wrong, and it's all about just trying to put this fender on this truck, which you can see is not done yet. It's been home a week, and I can't even get a fender on a truck in a week. But anyways, watch the video. There's some stuff in there that's worth watching. It's about 40 minutes long. You know, this is one that you probably just play in the background while you're doing something else. But appreciate you guys coming by. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and check it out. Hey, what's up, guys? Nice morning out today. It's a little earlier than I usually come out, but I have this problem where I start to do work on something like this fender, and I forget that I need to have my camera out. And so I got started on this last night, just on a whim. Me and Jessica came out to do something, and well, I started looking at this headlight and decided I wanted to take it out and see what this fender was all about. And yeah, it's pretty bad. So I'm gonna take it off today, which is probably not a great idea. But I do have another one. I don't have the paint to paint it the right color, so I'm going to take the step off and take it to the paint shop and get a paint that matches. And I'll probably just get a single step, a one-step paint. You know, this truck needs a paint job anyways, so I think I'll have the whole thing painted maybe over the winter. But for now, I want to get this fixed. You know, the headlight was wiggling around in there, and it's just a matter of time before it fell out. And it's just horrible. So I'm going to take this off today, and hopefully we'll paint up that other panel, clean up this Kenworth emblem, put it on, and go from there. So let me get this step off and see what we got. Maybe we get lucky. We did get lucky. Yeah, look at the corrosion on that thing. And of course that one snapped right off, which is fine. Alright, so that's all I'm going to show you for right now. I'm going to take this step, and maybe they can match the color pretty good with it. Not a whole lot of the color left, but maybe they can match it good enough to get a paint, and I can paint that spare one I have. So we'll see. Hey, what's up, guys? So, this has been a shitty couple of days. So, it's just crazy. Let me kind of square you up a little bit there. It's just crazy how some days when I come home, I get a whole bunch of stuff done and things go fairly decent. I got the right pieces and such. And then other times I come home and nothing goes right. And so far, this is one of those nothing goes right. So let me just lay it out to you. So ordered some blower motors for both trucks. Heater AC blower motors. And ordered them with the Kenworth part number from Parts Geek and blah, blah, blah. And they came in and they look really good, really good. And then I ordered some blower cages from Kenworth, and those came in, like a month later. And so this month I was going to start, I was going to get the AC done. So I was going to get the blower rebuilt, run a nice ground up there, because these trucks have a problem with having a low ground, and then the motor pulls a bunch of amps and it gets hot and melts the connector and a bunch of other stuff happens. So I bought some wire, bought some nice crimp ends, and I was going to, run a nice ground up in there and reassemble the motors. And so I get everything out and I'm like, yeah, here we go. And the motor's not even close. The motor that comes on this has got a 3-inch diameter, and the spacing on the screws holds the blower cage cover, the ducting, and these are like 2 3/4, and they won't bolt up, and it's frustrating. So I got online, I found another supplier that had the actual part, and I ordered it. It was like $90. I'm like, yes. Next day I get an email, hey, sorry, we're out of stock, can't get them anymore. Go back online, find another place. They only have one. I get it, $90, and it'll be here Tuesday or something. So I can't do anything with the AC. As you guys know, this fender has been busted on the truck since I got it, and I bought some other fenders that were they weren't perfect, but this part was there, and so I had the guy doctor them up a little bit, and now they're in primer. And I'm gonna change this fender out today. I was gonna paint it first, but then I figured I'd scratch it all up while I was putting it on. So I'm going to get it put on today. It's probably gonna end up being one of those things that turns out to be a royal pain, because I don't know how well you can see, but the fender goes under the body back to this point right here, and then the fender becomes the body for the rest of this. And then there's like 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 rivets that hold the fender to the body, and then probably 14, there's probably another one of there, probably 14 that hold the body to the fender. So it's going to be a pain in the ass. Plus, some of the holes got repaired because they were blowed out, so some of the holes are not there. So I'll have to tack it on with a couple of rivets, and then I'll have to have the cab tilted up, and it'll get under there, and then I'll have to drill through the backside. And then I'm not really sure how I want the rivets. I think I want the rivets to be yeah, these rivets all stick out. You can tell this fender's been off because these rivets are all countersunk. So I want the rivets to stick out. I don't want them to be countersunk, because if you put a coat of wax on here, it's going to get all down in the rivet, and then you have to get a Q-tip and clean it all. It's going to be a pain in the ass. So I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to try and get this fender off today, and then I'll get the other fender. Then I'll get the other fender put on, and I'll probably have to tilt the cab up a little bit once I get the fender on. The headlight bucket, I took it off already before I started filming, because sometimes that's how it goes. You go, oh, I'm going to go do this job, and you start looking at it, and pretty soon you're taking stuff apart to just see how it works, and pretty soon you got a bunch done, and you're like, man, I probably should have recorded that. Yesterday it was raining out, and I had ordered a whole bunch of hydraulic lines and put together this stuff for hell's bell for the steering and the brakes. And man, I smashed this finger. And I mean, it doesn't really look like any big deal. You know, you smash your knuckle, but what I did was I smashed the pad really hard. So the pad, this whole part of the pad is just solid as a rock, swollen. It hurts so bad. Like, I got that finger and the knuckle on this finger, and so I'm kind of gimping around a little bit. The pinky's super sensitive. But anyways, let me get after this and see what we can do. These rivets, these are, I think, are huck bolts. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're just, you know, rivets that are bucked in. And these rivets here that you see with the hole in them, those are just pop rivets. And those you know, you slide the rivet in and you pull the pin up and it expands the rivet until it can't expand anymore. And then the pin snaps off and then you got a rivet. And so to get these off, you just use a drill. And what you want to do is you don't want to drill the hole. You don't use too big of a drill and drill the hole out bigger in the bodywork, because then you have to use a bigger rivet to fill the hole. So what you want to do is you want to kind of just drill the head off the rivet until you can pop that rivet back right off. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put, I've already tested it, so I know I've got the right size rivet for the hole. I'm just gonna put it right in the center of the rivet, and I'm not gonna put any pressure on it really. I'm just gonna let it go to town. And once you get the top of the rivet busted off, it'll actually start spinning with the drill bit. And you can kind of feel it. I missed the head just slightly. Okay, I see it's getting weak, and there it is. See? And then hopefully you look in the hole and you see that you didn't make it too big. And that's that. So we're going to go ahead and drill these off. I'll put you right over here. For doing these videos, I use that and my 12, and you can tell the difference really once I start using the 12, because the quality of the video is a lot better. But anyways, I broke the stent a bunch of times and I got a new screen put on, and all of a sudden the battery's not staying up. So I don't know if that's just a thing they do now. Is they, when you take it in to get a battery or a screen changed, maybe they put a old battery that doesn't hold a charge in. That way you come back and get a battery. I don't know. But all right. It's weird. All of a sudden, Trisha's having trouble jacking up. Not sure what's up with that. Usually it's just goes right up. Miss Trisha, what for art thou doing to me here? Nope, Miss Trisha is stuck. So, if you want to know what is the most frustrating thing in the world, the most frustrating thing in the world is when your cabover won't jack up. And it's hitting something. It's getting a hard stop. And I don't know why. Well, I don't see nothing in the way. So that's interesting to say the least. All right, guys, so I didn't figure it out. Something's jammed up in there. I can raise the cab up just a little bit and it goes just fine, then it stops like something's on a bind and it overpressures the cylinders. And then I can let it down, it'll come down at a hard stop. So something has got a hold of it. I don't know what it is. So I just decided I'm going to hurt my finger a few more times. I'm going to take these nuts off this grill surround and take this fender off. I think it's on this side that it's binding up. So I'm going to take this fender off and just give it a look. Once I get this fender out, I'll be able to see whatever. And something, it's when I let it down, it's hard stopping. So either something is pinched in between the hinge, or the hinge, one of the hinge pins broke, but it doesn't look like the hinge pins broke, and that's a pretty big deal to change or to even look at. So it's got to be super sure that's the problem before you go digging around in there, because it's not going to be fun. Got to get this light unwired over here. I won't be putting that light back on, so I'm going to unwire it the right way. All right, there you go, guys. Fender's off. As far as being able to see what's going on. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you off here while I try and figure out why it won't go up and why it won't come down. I'm gonna need somebody to help jack it up so I can look, or look while I jack it up and let it down. But something is definitely not doing what it's supposed to be. Hey, what's up, guys? Holy shit. So I don't know if you can get a look at that, but you got a crane truck over here. I don't know what the hell has happened. Oh, look at me, I'm all crooked now. I don't know what the hell happened, but 2 weeks ago you saw it. I run the body up on this thing 15 times, put a transmission in it, drove it around, run the body up, looked at oil leak, put it down, drove it around, put it up 15 times. And I go to jack it up today, and it goes up about 1.5 feet and stops. I'm like, well, that's weird. I'll let it down. Let it down, it goes about 6 inches and stops. Hard stop both way. I'm like, what the hell? Is it hooked up on the clutch pedal, the steering shaft? I'm pulling my hair out. The lift cylinder on the right-hand side must be broke off inside and jammed up. It would go up 1 foot and stop and come back 6 inches. So here it is. Crane's over here. We got the body up, and I'm going to rob the cylinders off Crystal. I know I'm not supposed to be borrowing parts from her, but we're going to put 2 new lift cylinders on, all new hoses, and might as well replace the jack while we're in there, and then I'll buy new for Crystal. Anyways, I'll bring you back in a little bit. Hey, what's up, guys? Wow, what a long day. I just want to give a little credit out. This is Todd Morgan from Morgan's Equipment Repair. He's here in Northwest Georgia. You got his phone number right here. He can do anything. If you need equipment service or semi-truck or roadside service, anything like that, give him a call. He'll come over and take good care of you. His prices are good, and he's a good dude. Hey, what's up, guys? So it's the next day. I'm out here next to Crystal. If you remember long ago, yesterday, we ended up with a bad lift cylinder on Trisha. I'm trying to change that fender and do a couple other things, and I need to be able to put the cab up and down. So I'm going to take this baby off and put it on her and make it work. So I think it's probably gonna make a little bit of an oil mess. So let me get a drain pan under there, and then we'll get it off. I took the original 2 off of Crystal here to the rebuilder, and they were like, yeah, no, nothing we can do with that. And so I doubt very highly that they'll be able to fix the one that's on Trisha, but I'm going to take this one off and put it on there and get that back to work, and I'll probably go up to O'Reilly's and get get a new hose made. Pretty much everything about this sucks. All right, it's a relatively easy process to get one of these off. Now we just got to go over to the truck and put it on. Well, the good thing is I forgot to start the camera. Trying to save battery and save space, but anyways, I put the cylinder on, tighten the nut, and reattach the hoses, I believe, in the proper configuration. Getting ready to put the pin back in. I'm going to add some grease. You know, a little bit of grease can save you a lot of headaches down the road. It's kind of an awkward spot, so I don't know if you'll be able to see me do it, but I've got to get this in, and this pin goes in, you know, from this side, and it goes through the cylinder and through the bracket. So I'm not sure if you'll be able to see me or not, but that's kind of the best angle I can give you. So the first thing I got to do is set this thing in and get the pin started. Alright. Yeah, I don't think you can see it, but you got the pin in. I'm going to put the cotter pin in. I'll put a washer on this side, and then slide the cotter pin in, and I'm going to do it from the front, because then if I need to do something, I should be able to get to it behind the grill denser. So we're going to add some oil, and then we're going to bleed out some air, and then we're going to try and jack the cab up, and then we'll try and let it back down, and we're going to go up and down a little at a time to make sure the cab moves. We're not just going to go and set it down and then not be able to get it back up, because as you know from yesterday, that can be a pain in the ass. Well, my dad had these things laying around. This one says tranny oil, tranny fluid, and I opened it, it was empty. And so I mean, so far it's not too bad, and then if it starts to flood over, I can just pull it out a little bit. I'm going to put this rag under here, so the next overfill I get, yep, there it goes off the board. So I jacked it up off the board, and it's jacking up really nice. So we're going to let it down. Okay, got a big bunch of air out of it. So this is how that cab used to jack up right there. No trouble at all. You guys already know I'm a big fan of these blue Scott towels. So I'm not sure I think that you shouldn't let it down with the cap off, because I think as the fluid comes in there, it's going to overflow. So I'm just gonna put the cap down on there, and then I'm gonna move the blocks in the chain from yesterday's debacle. All right, now let's go up. Yep, looks like it was that cylinder, because this truck jacks up nice. So what we'll do is we'll get it jacked back up and get it ready to put that fender on. And it's so crazy that a cylinder can break on the inside like that. I mean, for me, that's just insane. Let me bring you around front. I'm fixing to go inside and get some breakfast. I came out early to work on this while the sun was down. But so here's where we left off. I had to take the condenser out to be able to get to that pin because the cab was down. To service these cylinders, you need the cab up, and because the actual because the actual cylinder was what was causing the problem, we couldn't just lift the cab up with the crane and then get after it. So I had to take the grill surround off and the grill denter out, which gives me an opportunity. I'm going to take the grill denter out of crystal, and I'm going to take this one out first and pressure test it. There's some putty right here, so it leads me to believe that that it was broken right there, and so that sucks. I'm going to look at a new one. I think you can buy it from Cold Air or something like that, and you get a new one of these for like 500. So we're going to do it, but in the meantime, I think I'll take crystals out. It looks like it's in pretty good shape. Man, that sucks. I wanted to get the AC done. Bell, I want to try and get that done today, and we'll bring you in on that. Oh no. How will I do that? These holes are wrong. There's some missing. So we got a couple of problems. I mean, these are no big deal. Those get a washer on the back, and the rivet holds the washer and squeezes the two together. And where there's missing some because they've been repaired, that's not a big deal either, because this is behind the panel. But on this side, this part of the panel is front, and there's really no way to drill it from the back side. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to get these in to where this piece goes through, and then put the piece on and pull it down and mark, you know, pencil line the center line of the hole, and then I'll snap a line across there and I'll drill, and hopefully it's close. It's going to be hard to do. These are 12 inches apart, and so I'm going to lay this center line out. Oops. Looks pretty straight, and then I'm gonna measure the holes on this one real quick. It's not the same as this. Oh boy. So I guess it just goes by wherever these bolts are, oh, you know what? Those bolts are able to move. Oh man, how crazy is that, right? So they can go wherever the hell I want them to go. The problem is, I think they've been in there so long that they're not going to move. That's going to change the dynamic of this project. Nope, it does not appear that moving those is a thing. Although there's a slot in there and they're supposed to be able to move. And what I could do is I could take the fender off and I could just drill 2 holes and I could take the fender off and then I can lube this up with some that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lube that up with some corrosion X, and I'm going to get those to move, because there is no way that I'll be able to measure this fender and get it in there accurately. It's slotted, and these bolts are supposed to be able to move, you know, because you just drill your holes on your center line, and then you just move these where they need to be, and you poke them in the hole. You move, poke, 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 and then put your bolts on. And that's a great idea. These things are stuck in there. This Corrosion X is a really good product, and it should be able to loosen it up. All right, we're gonna leave that soak. Anyhow, back to it. Hey guys, all right, well that wraps it up. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Sorry this video sucked. The next one will be a little better. Hopefully make some progress. See ya.